Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty interesting news when it's going on when it comes to the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4, where we're actually now seeing, I don't want to necessarily say they're big scams per se, but we're just kind of seeing a lot of kind of more so exploits going on with a lot of game developers and game companies that are now specifically making very cheap, very easy, and very kind of overall, well, not good games to more so let people go and farm and kind of somewhat abuse up the system. So when I talk about this, I don't think it's the biggest deal, but it's kind of intriguing to go and talk about that there even is like this somewhat strange niche subsection of games and game creators and game developers that are basically making a lot of money by doing something, well, kind of basic. So, well, it's kind of an intriguing story. I'm not necessarily harping on this. I'm not necessarily like thinking this is bad, but I do think it's very intriguing. I kind of want to hear your thoughts in the comments down below as you kind of dive on into the video itself. So, first and foremost, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on for all the gaming news, restock news, and all of that, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway with the Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller, Twitter and Twitch stream as well, and the Weeble and Coinbase and all that down below. And let's go and talk about this up in the video itself. So, as I mentioned, every now and then we actually have some intriguing topics, and we haven't never actually talked about this with all the videos we've actually made. And this is in regard now to trophy hunting, and as well, I don't want to necessarily, I keep saying, like, I don't want to say it's really a scam per se, but we're having a lot of people now making games that you could essentially beat and do all the goals and get all the trophies and get everything else in like under 60 seconds. Now, why is this an issue? Is it really an issue? Let's talk about it. So first and foremost, this is kind of like I said, there's like a big kind of, I guess, like epidemic going on when it comes to PlayStation 5 and PS4 trophies and when it comes to everything else on the store. So even though this article here from Push Square saying pay for PS5, PS4 Platinum trophies is now running rampant as of now on the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 store right this second. If you guys don't know what this is, when it comes to Xbox and when it comes to PlayStation, you basically get these essential like little achievements or trophies, more so for the PlayStation system, where let's say you beat a game, you get extra points for your trophies. Let's say you did like a really weird thing in the game. Let's say there's like 150 collectibles in a game as a side goal. Let's go and say you had to do like a up, down, left, right combination, whatever it might be, and you basically did like a special achievement. There's hidden glitches, you know, all that type of stuff. I'm sure you guys have played video games before. I mean, sometimes it could be as easy as literally just turning on the game and then you get achievements, which actually on a side note it's always fun because then you can kind of look and see, say for like, say you have a game, you have 100% of people bought it because obviously to play the game you have to buy it, and then you have 87% of people like enter the first door or open the first room or like talk to the first character or talk to the first boss. So you can basically go and assume like from information like that, you can like only 13% of people just never even launch the game after they bought it. Very intriguing news and very interesting stuff. So basically a lot of people like to have this. Like, of course, for someone like me, I don't necessarily mind too much, but when it comes to everything out here, it's very intriguing. We have the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 community wanting to go and kind of pad up their stats the highest they possibly can. It's very big, very high, and very, well, just rampant. So now we're actually seeing a lot more of these games because a lot of these games out here are actually going and just making the game so simple that they could basically go and launch it and you basically get all the platinum points. So imagine you have to go through like a hard game, like let's say Skyrim, because it's just a longer game to get all the trophies and platinums and everything else. That's part one. When it comes to part two, you just go and play a random game that literally looks like it's literally like this. And you go play for 2 seconds, you get 10 different goals, and you get all the trophies. So basically, forget about the pay to win, because the PS Store has now become the home for pay for platinums, which is kind of like the big issue going on here. Now, of course, let me know if you guys even think this is even an issue. I myself, I don't really mind. It doesn't, like, you don't get extra money, you don't get extra stuff, and if you want to go brag about it, you can kind of do whatever at the end of the day. But the intriguing thing for that is, well, do you care? I mean, some people might. Like, some people might care about this for their Xbox achievements. I know that's kind of a little bit of a big niche community, and people are trying their best to get the highest as they can, but they also don't care who gets it, how you get it. They're just like the total number, because some games are good, some games are bad. And this is why it's kind of weird, because we're seeing a bigger influx of these just really, really simple and really lame games that are just basic. So basically with this, given the addicted nature of Sony's gongs, which I don't know what that even means, it only takes a matter of time before cunning companies monetize the popular pots. And we're getting to see even more and more titles leaning into now easy trophies, kind of like what I was talking about before. In the case of publishers like Retalikia Games, a pioneer of the concept, releases like Sega Mega Drive Port, Glay Lancer have value behind their easily achievable trinkets others less so. Take the Breakthrough Gaming Arcade series, which you guys, like, I'm not sure who's buying these, but I'm sure they are, because they keep on popping up, and they keep on having people buying them, and these, like, Platinum and other trophies are definitely getting a little bit on the skewed side. So basically, for this one series, a long line of black and white titles that apparently peddle Christian values, which is, I mean, this is fine. You know, it's a wholesome game, I guess, although the connections are loose. These are also just very, very simple mini games that just release every Sunday for basically pennies. So just imagine, like, you're playing a game for like 10 cents, you know, whatever. This includes titles like Rock, Paper, Scissors, and we picked one up basically for the article itself for yesterday out of curiosity, and we're able to achieve a platinum trophy in 2 minutes and 31 seconds, and basically getting a bunch of easy achievements like this, like losing with a rock. So it's kind of an interesting topic when it comes, you know, like, it doesn't matter for religion side, just like the actual, like the gameplay side. So it's intriguing to note that we're seeing more and more and more just very, very bare bones games where it literally is you get all the achievements by saying, win a game of rock, paper, scissors, lose a game of rock, paper, scissors, you know, win with rock. And then, like, you at that point get a bunch of platinum trophies to add to your profile. And if you care, people maybe care. I'm not sure. That's why I'm making this video. I think it's intriguing to see this because it does kind of show up that there's a lot of, like, bloatware and just not necessarily needed games on the PlayStation system. And we probably have some random publishers out there and, like, you know, actual people have to pay this money for this stuff where they're basically like, well, let's go and spend, I guess, an extra 30 cents and not, like, whatever, just to go and get this. It's kind of crazy. So I don't know. Like, it's an intriguing thing because I do know this is also a big thing for Xbox because we've seen streamers. Some streamers only go for specific scores and all of that. It's kind of been crazy. It's actually kind of just interesting to see. So basically, at the time of this article being written, there are almost 60 games in this series on the PlayStation Store. None more complicated than a Game & Watch handheld from the late 80s. So basically any, like, these are just the most basic games. It's like draw a picture, make a smiley face, like, you know, like, it's all just weird. So basically some of these series have breakout clones from Smobile, which there are almost 150 already released. Each one is a palette swap: Sushi Break, Donut Break, Christmas Break, Independence Day Break. We're gonna have like Thanksgiving Break next, Taco Break, and these all take a few minutes to complete, but they're basically all just sold for these platinums. So as you guys kind of go through all these, like, trophies themselves, you can kind of go through all of them, like you guys can see. Basically anyone who bought this Independence Day game, Break Master game, 92% have the platinum. So they've gotten all the achievements for 92% of it. So 93 if you round up. So this is kind of like I said, it's an issue, but it's not really an issue because it doesn't really, I don't personally care. But it's intriguing to see this because people who maybe care about these platinum trophies and game completions and everything else might actually care. Like, we get to see this. Like, complete a level quickly, complete a level slowly, defeat a Frank mini-boss. collect a power up. Like, you can probably get all this stuff within most games in like a second. Earn 30,000 points in a level, 7 wins. Like, I'm sure you get a lot of these just by playing the very first level. If you guys look at the ratios too, like, look at how high these comments are. They're all in the 90%. See, like, this is like mini boss attack survived 98.1, 7 level alives win 99.4. Like, it's kind of been crazy to go and see the ratio on that one. And as well, a lot of publishers nowadays are actually kind of seeing that they can actually game up the system. Publishers are basically learning that they can make more money, and if you can go and somehow make 50 grand, 100 grand, and spend one day making it versus maybe make 10 grand on a game you spend a few months on or a few years on, I think most people would probably take the easy money if there's a market and if there's stuff there. Although I don't necessarily really like it too much because it does kind of, I guess, kind of minimize and get rid of the whole system, because if you could just go and spend 30 cents and go play, you know, rock, paper, scissors and get a platinum trophy, then why does it matter if someone's legitimately getting them from other, like, longer games? It's kind of like who makes the rules and who kind of sets the line on what's good and bad. And a lot of these games also do have multiple listings too as well for the PS5 and PS4 in different regions too as well, and basically encourages trophy hunters to double dip, because if they buy the game twice in both the US and Europe, for example, they can get 2 platinums and sometimes even 4 for their troubles too as well. And if they're all like 20, 30, 40, 50 cents, no one really cares if they only care more about the platinums. I feel like this is a bigger issue, mainly just because, like, I mean, it doesn't matter that much if it's ES, US, and Europe, but it does kind of bloat up the store, and it does kind of bring up a lot of other various issues tied on in. So kind of give me your thoughts and comments down below. I'm actually kind of curious, like, is this a big issue? Do you care? Do you not care? Is this strange? I think it's just kind of an interesting thing to talk about nonetheless. And as well, let me know if you guys would even want to spend the money for it. I don't really care. I just play games I want to play for fun. I don't care about trophies or anything else. But that's why I'm kind of curious for you guys. As well, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console controller. Twitter and Twitch stream as well down below. Webull and Coinbase down below. And Twitter giveaway down below. And let me know your thoughts as well down below.